What's up? Nick Hilton here, and in this video, I am talking to you about why your poses seem unnatural. So I'm sure if you're watching this video, then you've been right here. You just made a Pinterest board with all of these fancy poses. You get out to your shoot, you start putting people into these poses, and you're like, this one isn't quite working. This one isn't quite working either. You know what? I think it's just this couple. This couple just doesn't pose well. Well, let me tell you, you're not alone. It's very, very easy to get your poses to be unnatural, and I'm going to give you a huge tip to avoid that. That tip is to direct your subjects into the pose while you're shooting. Instead of trying to set them up in a pose and then be like, their elbow's kind of weird, this elbow's kind of weird, and literally just trying to match it to a pre-existing pose, get the base of the pose. Say you want to pose your couple like this. The guy is behind the girl, and you want it to look natural and not like a 1999 prom photo. Well, direct them into it. Give them an action that results in that pose. And then it's going to seem much more natural because it's not going to be static. The key to not getting static, unnatural looking poses is to give them a reason, an action to end up in that pose. So for example, this pose right here with the guy behind the girl, when I do this pose, it's one of my favorite go-tos. I place the first partner and then I place the second partner behind. I place them about 3 or 4 feet back, and then I just tell them, hey, you're going to come up and you're going to grab them around the waist, and you're going to kind of bump into them, and then I want you to whisper seductively what you're going to eat for dinner, or something along those lines. Something that they're going to like have to bump into them, reach their head around, whisper, that's going to make the other person laugh. Because then if they end up kind of leaning or swaying or pushing forward, it's natural. It's an actual like, hey, I'm coming up, I'm grabbing this person, and then the partner who is standing there is gonna kind of grab onto them, and it makes for a much more natural pose. So what you should take away from this video, if you're gonna build a Pinterest board or something with all of these pose inspirations, think in your head, how could I get the couple to get themselves into a pose similar to this? Instead of me placing them there, how can I give them an action that would end them up in this pose? And I promise you, if you start thinking of posing like that, giving your subjects an action to move them into the pose, everything is going to look so much more natural, and you're going to make sure that you get an actual authentic moment out of it. All right, that's the tip for the day. Go do it. Go try it. Get out of here. Look at my mini bike.